So just about a year ago, I put together a video for YouTube that in my little chunk of the YouTube world was probably the most viewed video that I had done, and that the subject on that was a story that had come out about folks who were using Duracoat to decorate firearms. And at the time, I had raised some concern on the fact that police officers were having a hard enough time with toy guns, people using toy guns to commit robberies and the like that looked like real guns, and running into a situation where they had to have a split second to determine whether or not somebody that might be pointing something that looked like a gun in their direction, whether or not it was they had to decide whether or not they were in real danger or not. And I took a lot of heat on this. Like again, in my little corner of YouTube, where my average video maybe gets maybe 40 or 50 views. This one, did over 5,000 views and roughly 100 comments on the subject. And I did take a beating on it, especially from the wackos on the right, who believe that there should be no restrictions whatsoever on people and gun use. And I wanted to make something kind of clear on this. I absolutely have nothing against law-abiding citizens owning firearms. I find it a little bit unnerving that law-abiding citizens would need AK-47 assault rifles and the like, but I honestly think that we would be a safer society if more law-abiding citizens did own guns, to be honest with you. But because quite frankly, the bad guys aren't gonna, no matter what kind of legislation that you have against guns, the bad guys aren't going to be abiding by those laws to begin with. So you can pass all the gun laws you want, the bad guys are still going to get the guns. And I just wanted to make it kind of clear that I am not anti-gun in the least bit. So those of you who still comment even after a year from now, a year ago, about a video, I'm still getting comments on that every now and then. I by no means am anti-gun, and I think that there should be, you do have to have a certain degree of screening to make sure you don't have a criminal background, to make sure that you don't have the kind of mental imbalance that would make owning a gun a hazard to the rest of society. I do agree on that, but I honestly think that, quite frankly, that more law-abiding citizens should own guns, and I don't know, maybe we'd be a safer place after all. That's all I have, just a little clarification. So until the next time, this is John Shannon, the Redneck Cabbie. Adios.